Hello guys, this is Vasil. Welcome back to the channel where I teach you how to create an Instagram-like app. In this video, we're gonna continue our series and we're gonna go and create a section feed where we're gonna actually have our posts. We're gonna retrieve the posts from our Firebase and we're gonna display them to the users that are actually following the users that created those posts. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below and I will try to answer you. I hope you guys enjoy.
As you remember in the last video, we created the upload view controller right here, and this uploads our post into our Firebase. Now, if you open Firebase and go to the console, and if you go to your database, you will see here we created two posts. And as you can see, those posts have some properties. As you can see, you have author, likes, path to image, post ID, and user ID. Now, we will need to create into our code an object of post, and we will have to populate those things into that object. The reason we need this is because we need all the posts and then put them in a collection view so the users can see all the posts. Let's go and continue with our project, and this time I'll go and make the main feed section. So if you go back to our project, and this is gonna be in the storyboard, we're gonna create the new window. So if you drag a view controller down here, now this you could do it with a table view, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with a collection view, just so you get an idea of how to work with collection views. It's not different from the table view, it just has some different features. So to continue, we will go and create the same navigation header we have right here, the yellow one, just to make it look nice. So I'm gonna put navigation bar like this here, a bit on the top, just right there, and a UI view that's gonna be yellow one, like this. Let's give some colors. This is gonna be yellow, and this one is gonna be yellow as well. Perfect. The title is gonna be called feed section. You can call it whatever you want. Now let's go and give some constraints. If you go to the view here, and the view is gonna be pinned to the top with 20 height, as we've done on the other ones, and the navigation bar is gonna be pinned just under that one, and let's give height of 44. Perfect. Now we have the navigation bar perfectly set up. And instead of table view, as I said, we're gonna work with collection view. So if you go and type UI collection view and drag one here and spread it to the whole screen. And let's go and put constraints, untick the constraint to margin so you can put it on the whole screen. Perfect. And as you can see here, this is our prototype cell. And we can modify this prototype cell. So the way, as you can see, it can go in the middle. Collection views are a bit different than normal table views. So you can completely expand it. And then you can give it a height here. And my collection view is gonna be height of, I'm gonna give 200 height, just like this. Perfect. Now what I want of those cells, very easily, I'm just gonna drag some UI image because I want to post the image in there, right? I want to have the image in my cell. So if I expand the image just like this, and the image is gonna have height 150. Okay, perfect. And just under the image, I want to put a like and unlike button, right? So I'm just gonna go and drag UI button, and I'm gonna put a button right here, just under that. This is gonna be called like, and one more button just on top of it, that's gonna be unlike. You know, you can like and unlike a picture. What else do you need is you need who posted the picture, right? So I'm just gonna drag a label for that. I'm gonna put that right here. user posted, who posted it actually. I'm gonna put it just right here. And something else that you need is maybe how many likes the picture has, right? I'm just gonna make the cell a bit bigger. No worries, 250 is gonna be fine. No, 230. 230, and right here I'm gonna say like 100 likes, just a prototype one. I'm gonna make it even smaller, don't want to be that big. And just to make it look cooler, I will just put UI view a separator. And the way you do a separator, if you wanna see, you will give constraints to the margins, 8 pixels, and just like this. Now, and this one is gonna have a color light gray. Perfect. Now let's go and give constraints, right? Now I want my image to be expanded from the left and the right and pinned to the top. I have a height of 150. Done. Now I want this one to be 0 from the right, 3 from the top, just like this. And those buttons are gonna be almost the same, but 0 from the left and 3 from the top, and this one as well. This is actually gonna be aligned to the unlike button horizontally and vertically. If I update those, okay, perfect. And this one, I want it to be height of 1. I want to have 1 height. Constraint margins, you can tick it and put 0, 0. And this is gonna be, oops, I didn't put the constraints. Let's go again. 0 left, 0 right, and height of 1. Perfect. And one thing you want to do is you want to give it a vertical spacing. And you can check the vertical spacing right here, and you want it to be 0. Perfect. Now if I update this, as you can see, it's just a single line right here. Amazing. And now I want vertical spacing from the likes to the separator, and this is gonna be 8 pixels from the left. Perfect. That's my cell. Well, as you know, now that I created a cell, I'll have to go and create a class for that cell. And as you know, in custom cells, we already have the user cell. In the same way, we're gonna go and create the post cell. So let's go and create new file. And this new file is called attach class of UI collection view, but not controller, cell. And let's call this post cell. Go create. This is our cell right here. Let's go back to our main storyboard, and if you select the cell, go to identity inspector and give it class of post cell. Now that is all linked, so if you select something here and go to the assistant editor, it will automatically go to the post cell, and you can link your outlets. Let's go and link our outlets. Now we want to have an image view, post image, I'll call it. You want to have author label. Perfect. Likes label. Perfect. And you want to have outlets for the buttons and also actions. The reason we want outlets for the buttons is because we're gonna hide and unhide them, and actions so they do something. And let's go and create outlet for the like button and outlet for the unlike button. Perfect. And right here we want an action for like button, and this is like pressed, and an action for the unlike button. This is unlike pressed. Oops, I didn't want to create an outlet. Let's go and delete this. Let's go create an action this time. And this is unlike pressed. Perfect. That's all we need right now from our post cell. And one last thing that's left to do is to actually go and create the object, as I said, of a post, where this object is going to have everything that we have right here. And in here in objects we have users, and now we're going to go and create the post. Let's close Assistant Editor, and here new file in objects, Cocoa Touch class, and this is going to be an NS object, and this is going to be called post, just like this, and create. Now, as you remember from our Firebase right here, you need to put all those stuff in there. Let's go and do that. Var author who posted that post is going to be a string. Var likes, how many likes is going to have? This is an integer. Var, we need a path to image so we can actually download the image, and this is going to be a string. And we also need the user ID and the post ID of the post. So var user ID string, so you know which specific user uploaded the post, and var, oh, I forgot the exclamation mark, and var post ID is going to be also string. That's all we need from a post. The reason we need this post is because we're going to create an array of posts, and then we're going to display them into our feed section. Perfectly. What left to do now, only thing is to create the view controller for this view and go and write our code to fetch the posts. So let's go and do that very quickly. In our view controllers, go and create a new file. This is going to be a Cocoa Touch class, and let's go and create this is a subclass of UI view controller, and let's call it feed view controller. Oh, create, done. Now I'm gonna delete those things right here, I don't need, and this one. Let's go and connect this feed view controller that we created with our storyboard. Now if you click right here on the view controller and go to identity inspector, and on class you just put feed view controller. Just like this, if you select the feed, go into assistant editor and select this view controller, and automatic, actually not the upload view controller, sorry, we need the feed view controller, and go to automatic, and it's gonna go to feed view controller. Things that we need to connect right here is our collection view, first thing. So let's go and connect collection view, and that's all we actually need to connect. Now for the collection view to listen to the view controller, you have to right click the collection view and drag right here to the feed view controller and put data source, right click again, put delegate, and right click again and put prefetch data source. Now you need those three so your collection view actually listens to your view controller, so it updates the data. Since we are here in the feed section, we need a way to go back to where we came from, and actually a way so we can go to the feed section. And we're gonna put right here in the users view controller, we're gonna put a bar button, and this bar button is gonna be right here called feed. I'm gonna call it just feed. Let's give it a white color like the other ones, and this all it does is shows this one, and a bar button in this one right here, it's called users, and you're actually going to see all the users back right here. Very simply, you just right click and drag here and say show. Very simply, this one appears this one shows this one and this one shows this one, simply like this. Now that you connected the collection view to your view controller, we don't need the storyboard anymore. Let's go to our view controller. As with the table view, in the collection view you also need to convert to the delegate and the data source of the collection view. In the table view you need to convert to the data source and the delegate of the table view. In the collection view you need to convert for the collection view. And to do that you say UI collection view delegate, comma, UI collection view data source, just like this. Now the error that you're giving here is because you need to convert to some methods of those delegates, and they are the same ones as in the table view. Let's go and write them. First one is number of sections. How many sections do you need? Of course just one, and that section is gonna be just the section of the posts. So we're just gonna return one section. And you also need number of items in section, and return here, and here you want to return the number of posts there are, right? So you will have to go up on the top and create an array of posts. So var posts equals an array, empty one of course, and this array is post, an array full of posts. And here you just say posts dot count, and let's put self. Now we are returning as many posts as there are, currently 0. And last thing you want to do is cell for item at index path. So if you say cell for item, this is gonna go and create for each cell, is gonna put each post. As you remember, we created a post cell, so we want to create here a cell that's gonna actually return that post cell. So let's go and say let cell equals collection view dot dq reusable cell with identifier. Now identifier I didn't give, so let's go to main storyboard and give an identifier to the collection view cell. So if you say post cell right here, an identifier, call it post cell like this, and go back to our feed controller, and here the identifier is post cell. And for index path we have the index path above, so you just pass that one, and you want to cast this as a post cell. You want to cast it as a post cell in order to get all the necessary properties that we created in our post cell. And right here we're gonna write our code to upload the image, the author, and everything, how many likes it has, and here we return the cell. So in here we write the code creating the cell. Perfect. But before we create the cell, we need to have something on posts, right? And to get the posts, we need to connect with our Firebase and go and fetch all the posts. Now, first thing, let's go and import Firebase, so we can go and fetch all the data. And here, let's go and create the function. This function is gonna be called fetch posts. Perfect. And in view.load, after our view loads, you want to call that. So whenever the view loads, you want to go and show all the posts. Now, fetch posts. What do we need to write? Let me explain you first what is going to happen. If you open Firebase, right here, we want to go and see in our users. Here are all our users, and as you can see, every user right here, actually those two users have following, right? And each one of them has one person that they're following, and this one person that they're both following has two followers. Now you want to go into your Firebase, get all the users, and for the current user which is let's say it's TomTom. For that TomTom user, you want to go and fetch all the following people in order to get the posts for every person that TomTom is following. But also you would like to get the posts of TomTom itself. So we're gonna go and create an array with a string of all the user IDs that TomTom is following plus his own, which is this one. And after we do this, we're gonna close this and we're gonna go to all our posts, and for each post we're gonna check if the user ID matches with the user ID from our following array that we're gonna create. If it matches, we want to go and download this post and display it. I hope all this makes sense right now. So let's go and implement this in the code, and I hope you have a better understanding of it. Now, first of all, you want to go and have a reference to your database in order to get snapshots and see the values of each branch that you have in there. So let's go and see that. Let ref stands for reference. It's firedatabase.database.reference. Perfect. Now we have the reference to our database. Now let's go and grab the following users of our current user. The way you do this, you need to go and check through all the users and get the specific user that is currently logged in and get the following users of that current user. Now you need to create a snapshot with all the users. And the way you do that is ref.child, and here you want to say users. Now we are going under the users branch, and you want to query order by key just to make it more clean, and you want to observe a single event. And that event is with data snapshot. So you double click this, and here you want the event type to be .value. You want to get the value, and with snapshot it should have completed the code for me, but it didn't, so I'm just gonna delete this, open and close curly brackets, and here you have to write snapshot in, just like this. Now this is a snapshot. It takes like a, let's say, picture of our users branches, and it saves it into here into a fire snapshot. And the way you want to extract this in a dictionary, let's say, you do let users, all the users in our database, equals a snapshot dot value, and this one as you want to cast it as a dictionary. This dictionary is going to be string to any object. Basically the string here is the unique identifier of the user, and any object is all the values like his name, where you can find his image, his ID, and everything. And now after you got all the users, you want to go and loop through the users, check the user ID, and check that user ID if it matches to the current user. And to do that, you go for, and you open and close parentheses. Since it's a dictionary, it has a string and any object. Now we don't care about the string, we care about the any object. So when we don't care about the string, we're just gonna say underscore comma value. The value is gonna be the any object right here, and you want to say in users. Now we are looping through all the users, and you want to go and extract the user ID from the value. So if let user ID UID equals value square brackets UID as string. Now if we open here Firebase users, here you can see the UID. Basically you're getting this UID and you're storing it into this variable right here. Now if we find one, we want to continue and check if this UID matches with our current user. If UID double equals fire auth dot current user dot UID, if this UID matches with our current user UID, we found our user, and let's go and check if he's following somebody. Now up right here where we create the post, we want to create an array of following people. So following equals an array, empty one of course, and this is gonna be a string. The string is gonna be the user ID of the people that we're following. Now here that we found our user, let's go and say if let following users equals value square brackets following, and you want to cast this as, if it's possible, a dictionary string to string. Let's go and explain this. You are going to your user, that is TomTom, let's say, and he has following, so you're getting here a dictionary of an ID and the user ID. Basically this one you don't care, but what you care is about this one. And since he might follow a lot of people, that's why it's a dictionary, and you want to get all the users that it follows. Now you want to specify it in an if-let statement, because as you can see right here, Vasil-Nunev is not following anybody, so you don't want your program to crash. That's why you're getting this if-let statement right here. Now that you made sure that he's following somebody, you want to go for, again because it's a dictionary, we don't care about this one, we say underscore and user. So for the user in following users, following users like this, you want to go and put that user into our following array. So it's just simply say self dot following dot append new element, and the new element is user, and this is gonna finish for as many people as it has the person following. And just after right here you want to go and say self dot following dot append new element, and you want to go and add this right here. You want to add the current user, because you want to see the posts of your own, right? You want to see, the current user wants to see his own posts, so he needs to be in the following array. So if you say like this, that exists, and let's go and see what the error gives us. I need to delete this. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that this exists in order to not get an optional. Perfect. Now I have all the people that he is following and himself. That means that I can go and get all the posts with the user IDs that are in following. And the way you do this, right here, under this one, you want to go and say ref.child. Now you want to go and see all the posts. So you just say posts. That's how we named it, right? Yeah, posts. So basically you want to go and get a snapshot of this branch. And you do the same one as up here, query ordered by key and observe single event, and observe single event with data snapshot, and the value, the event is value, and snapshot, at this time it auto completed for me, thank you. You say snapshot again, actually just a snap, because not to get confused with this one. Perfect. And here you want to get the same way you got the users, you want to get the posts. If let, actually not if let posts equal snapshot, actually snap dot value, and you want to cast this as string to any object, same way as this one. Now you have all the posts, and what you want to do is you want to go and loop through all the posts, and for each post you want to check if the user ID of that post matches with anything from the following, and if it matches you want to go and show that post. Basically, you don't want to show it, you just want to put that post into posts. Now, let's go and look through it. So, for, as I said, we don't need the string, so comma, post, I will call this post in post. So for this, I'll call this posts snap, just to not get confused with the array. Post snap. So for each post in the snapshot, you want to go and check the user ID in the same way you did right here. So if let user ID equals value user ID, because that's how we specify the user ID here, and you want to cast this as string, and you want to check if that user ID exists into the following. So for that, you need to loop through the following. So for each in self.following, and you're stepping through each user ID in the following, you want to do some stuff. And the stuff that you want to do is, if each, which is the user ID in the following, double equals to the user ID, you found a person that you found a post that the user must see. And since he must see it, you need to go and create an empty post and then append it to the post array. So let's go and create this. Let post like this, just not to get confused with this post, equals an empty post. Remember the object that we created? Now let's go and give it some values. You want to go and for that post right here, you want to make sure that everything exists, so you have to put it in an if let statement. And let's go and do that. If let author equals post author as string, comma, let likes equals post likes. What else we had? We had path to image. So let path to, actually we want to cast this one as int as int. Let path to image equals post path to image as string, and you want to get the post ID. Let post ID equal post ID as string. You already got the user ID, so you don't need any more. And right here, you want to open brackets and say this one post. Let's copy this. Post dot author equals, let me make some space, author, and that author is right here. Post dot likes is the likes we got. Post dot path to image is the path to image that we got. Oops, let's write this one. Post dot post ID equals the post ID that we got, and post dot user ID equals the user ID that we got. That's all. And right after that, you want to say self dot posts. You want to go and append this a new element, and you want to say post. Now that post goes into our posts array, and we can see that actual post. And one thing that you want right here, when this is finishing right here, you want to say self.collectionView.reload data, and like this it's gonna reload the data and it's gonna show you the actual post. Last thing that you want to do is go and create this cell, and let's go and do that very quickly. Actually, before we close the function, you want to remove all the observers, because these are observers and you want to remove them just so you don't crash. Remove all observers, just like this. and that's our whole function to fetch articles. Now cell.image post image, and that post image you want to download image. Now if you remember in my previous video, I wrote this download image that I'm just gonna pass a URL string and it's gonna download the image. So if you don't know what this download image does, you can either check in the project that I have in the description below, or you can check the other videos of what it actually does and why we do this. This is going to be index path.row, and this is path to image. Now we went to that specific post in the index path and we got the path to image. Now we want to get the author label.text, and this author label is going to be the specific. I'm going to copy this one. You want to go to that specific post on that index path and get the author, and cell for you want the like label to say how many likes it has, and you want to say a string. If you backslash and open parentheses, and here you want to say likes, because this is an integer, you want to say likes. So basically at the beginning is gonna have 0 likes. And that's it for now. Let's go and run this to see how it looks like. Now, as you can see right here, Vasil-Nunev has 2 posts. So I'm gonna log in with somebody else, like I'm gonna log in with Harry Potter, and I'm gonna follow Vasil-Nunev and see if I can actually see his posts. So let me make this smaller, like this, no, like this. And this is hp@hp.com, actually com, asd, login. Okay, if I go to feed, it's an empty one, as you can see. Let's go back to users. I'm gonna go and follow Vasil-Nunev. As you can see, I'm following right now, and I'm gonna go to feed. And okay, and the reason that this failed, actually, as you can see right here, value, I had to say post actually and get the post, not the value. That was my mistake. Like I did here, post author, that's what I had to do here, get post user ID. So let's go and log in again as Harry Potter, hp@hp.com, asd, login. Mistakes happen, it's normal. And as you could see, I can see here the 2 posts. Now, the like and unlike button are showing because I didn't initially hide the unlike button. I can go and do that. And the reason that this is optional is because right here I need to specify like this explicit mark. This is gonna say just like this 0. And if you want to see in main storyboard, you can go and say unlike button is initially hidden, just like this. And in the next videos I'm gonna show you how actually you're gonna like and unlike button, and if you already like the button, how the button is gonna stay unlike. So let me show you just one final time how it actually looks like now that we fix those little design bugs. Let's go login. I'm following Vasil-Nunev and I go to feed, and this is our feed. You can like, of course we haven't made the functionality, but after that you're gonna like, and the likes here are gonna increase. I'm gonna show you how you can simultaneously like 2 people liking the same picture, and how this is gonna react.
And this is the end of our video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. In the next videos I'm going to show you how you can actually like and unlike those posts. And if you like the video, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.